Father, we come to you in this hour asking your blessing and help as we gather today. We pray for guidance in the matters at hand and ask that you would clearly show us how to conduct our work. In our times of a pandemic, blanket the healthy and sick with your comfort so they can comfort others. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of constituting the accuracy of written minutes. Tapes are reused, eliminating recorded records of these proceedings. Approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held January 20th, 2022.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Any guests concerning county business? Yes.
Yeah, hi, Jerry Hoare from North. A question about last week's meeting. The Judicial Watch was touched on, and they're suing Pennsylvania in 4 counties, but Carbon County is not one of them. So why are we hiring an attorney from Monroe County?
The answer is they filed an amended complaint, which added, they filed an amended complaint which did add Carbon County and the Elections Bureau.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Yes.
Thank you. And one last thing, on today's agenda, I see the Opera House is mentioned in a grant. I hope that you explain that a little.
Yeah, I think we will when it comes up.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, the next item is the resolution for the agricultural land preservation ballot referendum. For adoption, a resolution authorizing a ballot referendum for the 2022 November general election, seeking public input on the county's issuance of a $10 million general obligation bond to support land preservation and conservation efforts within the county. The Carbon County Agricultural Land Preservation Board has recommended said action to the Board of Commissioners.
I'll make the motion to adopt.
Second in discussion.
Yeah, and we'll
Yeah.
have, Dennis, you're on.
Dennis,
Or whoever.
Thank you.
Let me sit up there.
Yeah, come up here, Dennis. And if you want to explain like who you are and,
I will.
okay.
Thank you, Commissioners. My name is Dennis DeMara. I'm been a lifelong resident of Carbon County, born and raised in Tresco, and live in Franklin Township. I've been involved in conservation and outdoor recreation my entire career, 45 years. As many of you know, I've been involved developing the Mock Chunk Lake, the Environmental Center, the D&L Trail, and so on. I'm here today speaking on my own behalf. The need is great and the benefits will last for generations to come. This is a long-term investment, and I want to thank the commissioners for taking this bold action that could have an amazing positive impact for the county's future. There are still many steps that need to happen. The resolution today simply authorizes the Election Bureau to place this ballot referendum on the November 8th ballot for the electorate of Carbon County to decide if they want to pursue this program. It will also allow for, by state law, allow for a committee to educate the electorate between now and November. Again, there's still many steps. Will it pass? Will it pass by enough majority that the commissioners feel comfortable to pursue it? So the entire process is on the decision-making of the county commissioners. And then, as it states in the resolution, there would be an advisory board, that this would be a uniquely Carbon County program. We might use examples from other counties, but this would be uniquely established for Carbon County. And then the commissioners would set up criteria and decide the funding. The county's economy is based largely on our natural resources. Obviously, the Lehigh River, our streams, our parks, our forests, the Christmas tree production that we know is very strong here in the county, and family working farms. We have seen growth in our surrounding counties. 3 of the 5 counties have open space bonds that I've been involved in when I worked for the state for DCNR. We know there's growth pressure. We need to protect our water, our forests, and our amazing scenic and rural character. The local county match has always been the challenge, has always been the main impediment in writing grants. When I worked for the county, I would write grants, but the local match, how much the county was able to afford, was always the challenge. This initiative started 2 years ago when Mr. Fetter, who's in the audience here from the Ag Board, came to me and said, "Dennis, I've been on the Ag Board for 30 years and I'm frustrated. We don't have enough money to protect all the family farms. There's about 930 acres of family farms in this county that are willing to be protected in perpetuity. There is state money for it, but the county resources aren't there." So Dick came to me, we went through the process, we met with the commissioners, and we added the forest and open space component to this, and did a financing feasibility study, did polling last summer, and this is where we're at today. For this, just want to thank the county commissioners for your bold leadership in taking this step. This could be a major initiative for Carbon County.
Yeah, and I think, like, I mean, you're looking at the 3 commissioners here, and we need help from the public. You know, do they want this? You know, I come from a small farm. I might be biased towards conserving land, but there might be others that have other decisions. But I think once it goes to the vote, and we'll see, and like you said, if it's gonna be a 50-50, then it's gonna be like a toss-up. But if it's one way or the other, that's the way I think that we'd be going. But I think what we're also looking for is where the funding is gonna go to. Like you said, it was opened up to open lands. So I think we're gonna have to determine after that's done, how much percentage we want to go, you know, to different areas. So I think it's a good thing. I mean, we're getting the public involved in it, and here they have a voice to say yes or no. And I hope they read the whole thing and understand it, and I think if they need any kind of understanding from it, I think they could go to you or to the you know, to us here to have some answers, the questions answered. So I want to thank you and everybody that put this together. I don't know if you have
Commissioner
anything.
Arner, before I have a comment, we have the chairman of our Agricultural Land Preservation Board here, so I wonder if Mr. Fetter, if you might want to make a few comments in regards to the importance of this ballot measure.
Well, the consensus being and getting Mr. Zamora, Dennis involved in this, he's really been pushing it forward, talking to Chris and the commissioners here. The board is unanimous on their efforts here to have this move forward to try and save the farms. We have 24 farms that are enrolled and protected at the present time, but we also have roughly 12 to 14, I'm not sure on the thing anymore, farms that are vying to get into the program. We just don't have the funds. And we keep telling these people the same thing over and over. It's availability of funds. Well, if the highest priority farm goes to the top of the heap and knocks out people that are trying to get in for 6, 7, 8 years, it puts a bitter taste in their mouth. So I was asking Dennis if he could propagate this and try and move it forward with the commissioners and see if we can get this on the table and get it up and running.
Thank you, Mr. Fetter, and I'll remind you, 2 years and 8 months ago, Sergeant Major retired Mary Ann Llewellyn approached you about a position on open space or preserving ag land preservation. And that started our conversations and the collaboration that has taken place through with all of us over the last 2 years specifically to bring this to an opportunity. So thank you for your advocacy for preserving agricultural land. I would like to mention, the work of the Carbon Chamber with their return on the investment and the recognition that over $800 million in avoided costs, tax revenue, increased property values that of course influences revenue to the county and to the municipalities and school districts. It all ties into this ballot measure and ensuring that we maintain a quality of life not only for ourselves but for our visitors. At the same time, understanding there are multiple entities that benefit by the nature, basically what God has provided us here in Carbon County. It shouldn't only rest on the Carbon County property owner. I would say, this ballot does that. So we have to definitely be looking beyond this as a source of resources and funding to protect that open space. Because it's not only those of us who live here who benefit from that. It's interesting, you step outside this building this morning, you look up and you can see why Jim Thorpe had the moniker about the turn of the 19th century, the Switzerland of America. Yet at the same time, you step back a little bit further, maybe come down the Broad Mountain or Cottoners, or even go out to Walmart and look up at Flagstaff. And what is, I would argue, deforestation of that beautiful mountain. And again, it's trying to strike the balance between development and retaining, the natural beauty and the draw to this area. So all things that need to be taken into consideration. If I recall, Dennis, $10 million, if at some point we'd reach the $10 million bond issuance level, it'd be probably a little less than $500,000, or about $21 or so, right, per property owner, based upon the median or average home price. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That's correct. Again, though, I think it's a great initiative. I think this is one of those few times where it's definitely necessary to put this out to the voters and let them make the determination if we should consider moving forward and actually making the obligation of the bond. I think Rocky hit it spot on, Commissioner Arner did when he said, if it's just 50% plus one, that's a different decision versus if it's 75% of the electorate, decides in an overwhelming majority. So thank you, Dennis, Mr. Fetter, and everyone who's been responsible for pushing this to the point of a decision.
Commissioner, if I may, just quickly, based on your comments, Kathy Henderson couldn't be here today, but the press can contact her at the Economic Development Office, and she would be happy to comment and support on that. And on their website is the return on investment study that was done that the commissioner referred to. And also multiplying the funding, I was involved in the Monroe County 2020 initiative where they borrowed $20 million and they more than tripled the amount of money coming into the county based on the seed money they had from that county.
All right, thank you. Mrs. Horner, you can take the vote, I guess.
That vote was for discussion?
Yeah, we just made.
Well, it was a motion and a second.
Yeah.
Then you have
Yeah.
discussion, so now you can take the vote.
Okay. Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes,
Thanks, Dan.
thanks, Dennis.
Thank you very much, Dennis.
Commissioner Arner, might we change the agenda a little bit? I don't know if Mr. Fetter, other members of Ag Land Preservation, and Dennis
Yeah.
want to stay for the whole meeting. Maybe we could open it up for the press at this time.
Does anybody have any questions for them? Kelly, Amy, not? Nobody?
All right.
All right.
Rocky, could
Yes.
I be accused of having another?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, thank
Oh,
you
no,
guys
no,
so
wait,
much.
no, wait,
No,
you're
wait.
not here long enough.
Right. The doors are all locked.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank you.
We'll give you the hall pass.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
We did have an executive session January 26th, 2022 at 2 PM for personnel issues.
Department reports, the budget transfers 2021 and 2022.
Move to accept or
Second.
move approve.
Mr. Arner?
Yes,
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
There were no supplemental appropriations. Expenditures, approval of check numbers 226206 for expenditures to the general fund clearing account. Dated January 20th, 2022, general fund loan number 9 to children and youth in the amount of $250,000.
motion to ratify.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes,
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Approval of check numbers 226207 through 226350 for expenditures to the general fund clearing account totaling $1,457,540.94.
Move to approve.
second,
Mr. Arner?
yes,
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
The treasurer's report.
Move to accept.
second,
Mr. Arner?
yes,
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
The personnel report for county departments.
motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes,
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
The acknowledgement of the court and row offices report.
motion acknowledged.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes,
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Correspondence was received as listed. Copies will be made available to the press upon request. Boards and authorities, the MHDS Advisory Board, a reappointment. A 3-year term, April 1, 2022 through March 31st, 2025. Dr. Samuel J. Dogapole, Ph.D. of Lehighton, Pennsylvania.
Move to reappoint.
second,
Mr. Arner?
yes,
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Children and Youth, for approval and execution fiscal year 2021, 2022, purchase of service agreements with the providers as listed as per the attached rates.
Move to approve and execute.
second,
Mr. Arner?
yes,
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
ESG program for ratification. Execution of the agreement with the Pennsylvania DCED for the 2020 Emergency Shelter Grant in the amount of $55,000, which extends the agreement to May 31, 2022, from the original expiration date of January 24th, 2022, contract number 74196.
Move to ratify.
second,
Mr. Arner?
yes,
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
The 2021 grant agreement, ratification of the execution of the agreement with Pennsylvania DCED for the 2021 Emergency Solutions Grant in the amount of $50,000. The county will subgrant the grant to Family Promise of Carbon County. Funds will be utilized for emergency shelter assistance for the period of October 7, 2021 to April 6, 2023, contract number 80696.
Move to ratify.
second,
Mr. Arner?
yes,
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
ESG Program 2021, a subcontract. For approval and execution, the subcontract agreement for the 2021 Emergency Solutions Grant Program, grant number 80696 for the period October 7, 2021 through April 6, 2023, with Family Promise of Carbon County for ESG funding in the amount of $50,000.
Move to approve and execute.
second,
Mr. Arner?
yes,
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mock Chunk Opera House for ratification. Execution of the amendment to the agreement with the Commonwealth Financing Agency, extending the LSA grant agreement number 71286 on behalf of Mock Chunk Opera House. The amendment extends the expiration date from June 30th of 2022 to June 30th, 2023. Grant amount remains at $169,069.
Move to ratify and then discuss.
Yeah,
on the
second, I think, or we'll give him a little bit of an answer here. This grant originally, I don't even know what the original date wasn't on it, Ellie, but what happened through the COVID, there were things that they couldn't get in to do an assessment of the property. The architects couldn't come in to do everything, and what wound up happening, the deadline, they wouldn't have never got everything together, in the deadline time to get it done. So we extended, and it's money that goes through the county. It's something that is provided that we can provide to these businesses like this, and it's like, we just extended it that, we thought it was a good thing for them.
Yeah. Jerry, and the Opera House had another gentleman kind of take the lead on putting the proposal, the bid package together, the technical data and stuff like that. He did a very good job, really took the bull by the horns to put the package together. So we're very close to going out to bid for this. But again, just due to some of the time constraints and challenges in the previous year and a half or so, we weren't able to get everything done in the time frame we would have liked. So go ahead and extend it for a little bit to go ahead and get this project going.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, Jerry?
Thank you.
No, thank you very much for bringing the question up.
Okay, Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Tax assessment for approval and execution. Request was received from the Tax Assessment Director to purchase the web-based Act 319 assessment solution for Geograph IT of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, to process clean and green assessments at a cost of $7,500, including one annual year maintenance cost of $2,500.
Motion to approve and execute?
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
The solicitor's report?
Thank you. Animal Shelter, for approval, declare February 2022 as Love a Dog for Life Month. Reduce the adoption fee from $100 to $50 for the month of February 2022.
Motion approved?
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Correctional Facility, for approval and execution, the annual maintenance service agreement between the Pennsylvania District Attorney's Institute and Carbon County relative to the statewide automated victim information and notification system in Carbon County. The term is January 1, 2022 to December 31, 2022. There is no cost for 2022.
Move to approve and execute.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Proclamation for approval and execution, the second extension to the declaration of disaster emergency due to heating unit failure at the Carbon County Correctional Facility, authorized the 27th day of January 2022.
Move to approve and execute.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Fuel oil delivery, addendum to contract for approval and execution, an addendum to the agreement with RF Oil Fuel Oil of Lehighton to add 44 Susquehanna Street building to an on-call schedule as agreed to in the original agreement dated April 1, 2021.
Move to approve and execute.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Nothing further.
Any further business? Commissioners' reports, Mr. Honor?
I do have, the tentative date for the repairs of the heat exchanger that provides heat to the female housing unit is here, and Trane has held true to their word. They're here today, and they're currently on the property right now with all new parts to need to complete the procedure, and hopefully by the end of the day, we will have heat. And this is a very good thing for the county because even though Pima did provide us with the heater, we had to fill it up with oil, and it was very costly to us. So this is, and I think they extended it out or moved it up a little bit to help us out. If we would have had another 4 weeks of this, I mean, our oil bill would have been tremendous with this, what's going on. I do have some things to report on the dog shelter. Within the last couple days, we got approximately $9,750 of donations. One was through Trinity Evangelical Lutheran Church of Lansford for $2,000. There was one in memory of Sylvia Davis for her sister Linda, in memory of her sister Linda Salt. That is a donation of $5,000. And there were also donations for $5,000 worth of supplies from other people. And with the Betty White Challenge, we actually got an amount of $1,430. And a lot of them donations were just like $5 and $10 donations. So I think it shows on, how the people feel about our Carbon County shelter. And we also have one for $820 that actually came in this morning, and it's from the Willard Richard family in memory of Willard Richards. And I think he's from Palmerton. That's about all I have, Ellie.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yeah, one item. This week, the Board of Commissioners, in collaboration with Design 9 broadband planners, had our kickoff meeting for the rural broadband coverage and feasibility study for Carbon County. Just a quick look at Carbon County, kind of a rough estimate, about 20% of Carbon County is either unserved or underserved in regards to internet service. So over the next 4 to 5 months, Design 9 will be working with the Board of Commissioners and the residents and businesses of Carbon County to assess our situation in regards to connectivity, internet connectivity, looking at the gaps and ways that we can enhance and invest in ensuring our citizens and businesses can telework, conduct telemedicine, and our school districts and students can teleeducate. Within about the next 2 weeks, the residents, all mailing addresses, should expect to receive a survey in regards to their current level of service and their expectation of services. This will go to residences and businesses. We'll also place that online on our website, social media, Facebook page, and then ask, of course, the media to help us ensure we get maximum dissemination of the survey. Again, that should come out in about 2 weeks, and it'll be active through 12 March. That's all I have.
I will make one comment about Commissioner Notstein. He does not have COVID. He is at a meeting in Harrisburg. He is a CCAP member of the board, and they have a meeting. They had a meeting this morning at 9 o'clock, and that's the reason why he's not here. Meeting adjourned. Any questions? Ladies, we'll let you go first. Go ahead.
With regards to the Love a Dog for Life month, do you know how many dogs are currently at the shelter?
There weren't many. I think there was only like 7 or 8, I think.
Wow.
I mean, it went down, and then they got a couple more, but I'll get that for you. I mean, in fact, I talked to Tom this morning. I should have asked him about it, but I'll call him back and I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
May I have a copy of the resolution for the agricultural land preservation ballot referendum that you guys? And I think that is it, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Do you want it sent to your,
Doesn't matter.
you want it sent?
Well, it's not signed, she can't have it yet.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'll leave it signed. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I'll have to sign it. All right. The new reporter for Channel 13, would you mind introducing yourself? No. You have nothing.
Just the Montreal Copper House, what will the money be used for upgrades, I guess?
I think it was mostly all like, wasn't it heating and air
Yeah,
conditioning?
HVAC.
Yeah, that's mainly what it was, like upgrade, air filtration and stuff like that.
That's all I have.
Okay. All righty. Meeting adjourned. See you later. Oh. Yeah, no.